Seeking Alpha just put out an article on SoFi stock saying that they think there is 100 plus upside over the next 3 years for the stock. Really remarkable what SoFi stock has been doing over the last couple of years, going from 6 to 12, up over $22 this week. SoFi continues to be on a torrid pace. Let's get into this article and break down whether or not SoFi can actually double up again over the next 3 years. All right, all my SoFi and stock market investors, do me a huge favor, hit that like button. It really does help us get into the YouTube algorithm. And if you want more updates on the stock market, SoFi stock, and a ton of other stocks, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Over the last year, SoFi is up nearly 200%, guys, 176.86%. Woo, baby. Year to date, crushing the market. Returns over 45%. Over the last 3 months, up over 99%. But look, we had our first red day in a long time today. I think if we cool off in that $18 to $20 range, that would be great for the stock in the long-term trajectory. In this small little baby account, I got 327 shares of SoFi coming in around 13 bucks. I have been buying and selling with some covered call options that got called away. So my actual average cost is much, much lower than the 1313 on here, guys. So let's dive into this article. Why we see 100% plus upside in SoFi over the next 3 years from Prop Notes. It's kind of weird that they don't say who these actual people are writing these articles. Very, very strange. But nonetheless, let's get into some of the summary, right? Strong growth. Great unit economics. We've been talking about that on the channel. The memberships, we're going to cross over 11 million, closing in on 12 million SoFi members. I absolutely love that. And as the neobank continues to grow and scale, we see operating margins expanding rapidly to 20+%. That could send FY forward year 2027 earnings to $1 billion. Woo! Assuming a stable multiple, this implies a double or more in the underlying stock. I know a lot of investors, when they hear 3 years, I got to wait 3 years for SoFi stock to double up again. They've doubled up this year alone. But guys, most stocks don't go on this kind of torrid pace. SoFi is significantly undervalued. They haven't even hit all-time highs yet, right? So, and that all-time high from SoFi came when this business was in a lot worse position than it is right now. Let's just go over some of these highlights, right? They recognize it as a strong buy. Yeah, the highs were around 28 bucks and lows under 5, right? So if you bought under $6, man, you're sitting absolutely killing it, man. Absolutely killing it, guys. They quickly became the poster child for fintech hype cycle. You know, the early enthusiasm was super, super high, but we've seen a rebound in the stock, right? It's up a lot. Can we double up again? So, you know, if we're looking at SoFi stock right now, you know, here we are. You know, 5,000 employees, CEO, market cap around $24 billion. So that would mean we would need to have about, you know, around a $50 billion market cap if we want to get in that $45 price range for SoFi stock. All right, SoFi investors, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to take a look at the financials right now. They produced earnings per share roughly around 6 cents, along with a $31 million beat on the top line. Guys, just take a look. We beat EPS expectations or met in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarters, guys, going in on almost 2 years, right? Year-over-year growth, you know, very, very strong, between 34, you know, as low as 22, and then we re-accelerated from June 2024 of 22% to March of 2025 up nearly 33% year over year, right? And we can see the EPS here in this left column, and this is the beat or miss, you know. Guys, crushing it, crushing it. Here's the beats, man. Even when we missed EPS, we still beat. Very consistent stuff here, guys. The financials for this company look incredible as we move forward. Hopefully, we see a continuation of this acceleration, right? I want to see year-over-year growth over 30%. If it's in that 25 to 30% range, I'll be happy. Anything lower than 25%, it will be a disappointment in this earnings call that's coming up in the next few weeks. Revenue, $770 million. Sales were up 32.7% year over year. Great re-acceleration, right, guys? From 2024 December, 24% to 32% now. And I'm hoping they continue to expand their loan platform and all these other businesses that just make this company solid quarter after quarter, guys. Here we go. In the most recent quarter, lending contributed roughly $413 million to the company's top line, with tech platform and financial services coming in $103 and $303 million respectively, right? Here's where I want to see the biggest growth. I want to see the tech platform really start to accelerate, as well as financial services, because, man, for a bank, if you look at a company like Charles Schwab, that's another reason why I want full-fledged options on this platform, right? Because the buying and selling of options, those fees really, really add up over time when you get more and more of these big whales with these big accounts on your platform, right? Right now, they're leaving a lot of money on the table by not allowing the full spectrum of options, in my opinion. So we want to see, these numbers accelerate. Total net revenue, 303. What are these in millions? No, yeah. So financial services, 303 million. 103 in tech platform, lending 413 million. Take a look at this financial services revenue, guys. It's getting closer and closer to upseating lending, right? Look at the growth. 100% growth. Really, really, really impressive stuff, guys. Really, from 150 million to 300 million in 1 year, and lending's still growing at a great pace. The tech platform, not looking good, right? That kind of growth over a year, I don't like that at all whatsoever. 10%, that's not good enough, guys. They need to work on that for sure. But all in all, I'm really happy. We talked about members and products. Those continue to accelerate over 34% for both products and members. I'm waiting for that one quarter, to be 1 million new members. 800,000 from Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. I want 1 million new members. Give us 1 million new members, guys. Let's get it done, right? And assuming SoFi can average even 25% annual revenue growth for the next 3 years, that means that the company could produce operating income of $1 billion by 2027, and assuming operating margins of around 20%, right? So these valuations, it's getting a little extended right now, guys. I'm not going to lie. This is a company that is newly profitable. So taking a look at all this PE ratio stuff is not really a great way to determine value for the stock, in my opinion, right? So as we go through this, on top line basis, SoFi trades at only 8 times earning. Nubank is 12 and Hood is at 28 times sales, right? So the value, when you take a look at Nubank or you take a look at Robinhood, I see more value with SoFi stock. Like, if Hood doubles, what are they going to be at, like a 50 times sales, 40 times sales? That's crazy to me, right? So I think the value at SoFi, only trading at 8 times sales, is great, guys. We just take a look at some of these numbers comparatively. I don't really like comparing either of these companies with PE ratios. Price to sales makes a little bit more sense, in my opinion, right? So Nubank coming in around 12. The PEG ratio, I do like looking at PEG ratios for sure. Robinhood's really going to determine their success with crypto. If crypto continues to accelerate, then we're going to see Hood accelerate in valuation. That's another reason why SoFi needs to get back into crypto markets, extend this options platform, and really getting tons of fees in the process, right, guys? Yeah, and SoFi also trades at a favorable gap earnings ratio of only 32 times compared to Hood's 46, right? So if you take a look and you just compare it, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, right? And it says, finally, nominally, when looking at SoFi, if you bake in $1 billion in operating earnings we mentioned earlier, the company could hit in the next few years. It implies a 23 times multiple. Not bad at all whatsoever for a company with this kind of growth. The risk is the stock has run up considerably, right? We're not going to front. Up 45% year to date, up 180% almost over the last year. I mean, you got to be careful whenever a stock has run up, but then Palantir just continues to run and run and run and run. So what the hell do I know? Nobody knows, but you do want to mitigate risk and kind of dollar cost average up probably from where you're at slowly, right? I'm buying shares right now, but I'm buying slowly. 5 a week here in this account, 4 or 5 shares this week in another account, maybe rip off 10 in another account. And just, I'm selling puts like right around the money, like in that $20, $20.50 range, and whatever premium I'm going to get, I'll nibble off a couple shares, guys. I think that's a responsible way to kind of address what's going on with SoFi as we move forward, right? So, in my opinion, can SoFi double up in the next 3 years? Absolutely, man. I think it's going to double up way before we get to, what, 2028? You know, we're in the middle of 2025. So, in 3 years, I think in 2 years, I think by the end of 2026, going into 2027, we could see a $40, 35 plus stock price. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments below, where do you see SoFi stock price 3 years from today? Do you see it 40, 50, 60, 80, $100? I would love to know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.